honors to Mother Earth for that. Divine honors to our ancestral lands, Tameri, the motherlands of this planet, or you might know as America. And that's because possibly your ass is a foreigner to the Americas. We want to pack you out in this live stream and show that you stole your whole identity from us, your whole identity, your whole everything. Everything that you've ever done has came from us. You have stole your stories, then disenfranchised us, try to enslave us and yank everybody back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And while you're yanking everybody back and forth, you're changing the stories up to make it seem like you the one who brought all the stories here. And we didn't know nothing, and this, that, and the third. You in trouble. You in trouble. Yo, what happened? Yo, I thought BB had a press conference this morning. Why he ain't make it? You ain't make it? You ain't make that press conference? That ain't like you. I'm gonna tell you. That ain't like you. You take all opportunities to spread your hatred around the planet. You didn't make that? You didn't make it? Why? Wow. You did what? Couldn't imagine why. Couldn't imagine why. Yo, shout out to the Atlanteans. Yo, shout out to the Atlanteans, man. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. If you was feeling lonely, you don't feel lonely no more. Because now you see you're not by yourself. We know things that nobody else on the planet knows. You see what I'm saying? So we can say things that other people on the planet, they know. They're not laughing though. They didn't find it funny. They didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get it, you know? Certainly BB didn't get it. My chiefing on that BB. Yo. Swirl up that BB if you got it, okay? Then chief on it. That's what I'm doing. Dang. Hey, that's that BB. Woo, baby. That thing stink. Hey, guys. Going up. That drawing funky. I don't know how much longer we could chief on this. We had to go to a new strain. We need a new strain. Already. You know what I mean? We was chiefing on that Hulk Hogan for a little while. That was pretty strange. A little rough around the edges, but I'm just saying, hey, man, you mad? Look, they're mad. I didn't know. They're mad. Is it too early to tell those jokes? Okay. All right. We'll tuck them in. All right, guys. We'll treat you with kid gloves. Hey, guys, hey, is that you? Hey. Oh, my God. I can't believe it that it's you. Oh, you want me to do hunky dory? Oh my God. I'm asked, this is a question. We're trying to have a conversation. We're not trying to be all disrespectful. We're just having a conversation. And we don't want people crashing out. Please don't crash out on me, man. All right. We're just trying to have a conversation. Appreciate you, Toya. Yeah, go get that book, man. Hey, what's your name? Henry? Oh, Harry.
Yo, Wilson.
What's up, Harry? What's up, buddy?
Good.
Okay. Why don't you tell the people your name, where you come from? How about that? Let's start off finding out about you a little bit.
Harry, I'm from England.
I'm from England. Really? Got you. Okay. Are you Aboriginal? Are you Caucasian? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll circle back to that. All right, we'll circle back to that, buddy. Anyway, so you are a Christian.
No, I'm a Muslim.
Oh, okay. So you're a Muslim. You're okay. You're a Muslim guy. I got you. So, there are a few. So let's go over some of the stories in your Quran, shall we?
Okay.
Okay. Are you familiar? Do you have the Noah story in your Quran?
I haven't got a Quran to hand at the moment, no.
No. So you don't know the Quran then?
I know I haven't got one to hand.
No, I'm asking you. Are you familiar with Noah?
I know who Noah is, yeah.
Sure, right, exactly. So that's what we want to talk about. You don't need a Quran in your hand for that, do you?
No.
Okay. So, Noah. What do you know about Noah?
What do I know about Noah? I
Yes.
know about Noah's Ark.
Okay, sure. Noah's Ark. Okay, right. Okay, there you go. Noah's Ark. So, right, he had a boat, right?
Okay.
Right. So, what was that boat made out of?
Wood? I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, it was a particular kind of wood. But you are of the mind frame that these stories happen where? In Europe?
No, Middle East.
So they come okay, so they come from the Middle East, and so when you people came to the Americas is when we got those stories.
No, you guys got the stories that are spread to Africa.
When they went to Africa, so okay, so you're saying that because my skin is Aboriginal melanated color, that I'm from Africa?
Well, do you have a DNA test to prove otherwise?
Well, I have that. Yeah, I do. Do you have your DNA with you?
Yeah, well, what is your DNA testing?
Wait a second. We're not going to that. We're just going to stay right here in the religions. Then we'll go over into that in a second. But do you have your DNA with you too, though?
I've done a family tree. I haven't got percentages. I haven't done ancestry.
Okay, I have DNA projects happening on both sides of my bloodline, so we can go over that in a little bit. I certainly have those projects if you would like to go look at them. But we'll circle back to we have a few things we got to circle back to here. Now you're starting to go all over the place. Don't crash out on me, okay? You ain't gonna start crashing out, are you?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm not crashing out. I'm fine.
All right, I'm just saying because you started going over into other things, but we were talking about the religion. We'll talk. We'll go into that stuff. So that's just I just want to calm down. Maybe you got some. Maybe you're getting a little bit. I don't want to do that to you. All right, I want to try to get you to hang in there. Hang in there. Okay. So now you say that these stories happen in the Middle East, right? Because you're saying these things, and we want to unpack all the things, all the claims. Because, by the way, these are all the same claims that all of Caucasian people they come to the Americas and they make the same claims. They say the same thing, right? They bring this Bible and say act like this is came from God and all that stuff, right?
No, everyone but you.
Or Quran and all this other stuff. No, well, I'm right. No, it's not everyone but you. It's you people are crossed over there. My people know where those stories come from. You brought it to the place where they came from. Is the thing you plagiarized those stories?
Okay, but Africans are from the Middle East too.
No, so. Not Africans. No, they come from the Americas. The Americas are the oldest land on the planet. Okay. We were here for 100 million years before Africa even came out the ocean. So you might want to go do your geology.
Yeah. Humans have been around for 100 million years, yeah.
Man, you might want to go get my first book. I proved it unequivocally that yes, people have been around for over 300 and something million years. For over that, I've shown it. It's unequivocal. I showed that the oldest forest on the planet was planted with the milpa planting system. So I proved it. You letting the hoodie and the gold chain fool you right now, my man. So, but the stick and stack. Whoa, wait a minute. Don't go crashing out. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
What happened?
We want to have this conversation. Okay. So we don't start making these claims and thinking that I'm not going to be able to just rock your socks with. I have the information to pack all the stuff that you say out. But we're going to stick to the things that we're speaking about. But we will circle into those things in the whole fashion of us going in that direction, because you say the Middle East, meaning like
Arab Peninsula.
Sure, you're saying like the Sumerians and all of these types of things, right?
That sort of area, yeah.
Right, I got you. And look, I just want to let you know that this is me at the Sumerian hieroglyphics. So we'll go getting into that in a second, okay, boss? I don't want you to go. I've been there. I've been to the hieroglyphics, my man. I'm the only person in human history to ever translate that, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. You see,
the only person in human history that can translate hieroglyphics.
I'm the only person in human history that's ever done it.
I think you might be a bit nuts, crazy, perhaps.
Okay, well, let's find out who's crazy and who isn't. I mean, we're here. I said some things that to a human, to mankind, you know, a person that's just a kind of a man would think is crazy, right? But see, I'm here on a live stream in front of you, saying this in front of a lot of people, and I've had proved this for years. I've been proving this, so I have no problem doing it again to you. Here we go. Now, you say that this stuff comes from the Middle East, right? So let's go back to Noah. You said Noah, right? He had a boat, right? What was Noah's boat made out of? Do you know? Are you familiar?
Wood.
What kind of wood?
I don't know.
Kind of. Right, and that's what I'm saying. You people always stop at the real important things. Don't you think that that's pretty important? Pretty important detail to know?
I don't know. You tell me. Is it?
Let's go over the sources, okay? Because I like to bring sources to what I'm saying, as you can see right here. As for Noah's Ark, Noah was commanded to build it of gopher wood. The problem with locating the construction of there is no gopher wood there. The only known gopher wood on Earth is found near Bristol. A story in the Orlando Sentinel, December 7th, 1952, quoted Dr. Louis T. Nealon of the Forestry Department, University of Florida. So you go argue with him, as you can see right here, as saying the gopher wood in question is unique. So far as is known, it grows only on the east banks of the Apalachicola River in a small area near Bristol. There are related species to be found in China and in Northern California, but botanists know of no similar wood anywhere else on the globe. So, my brother, now I need to ask you, how could these stories be happening over in the Middle East when this wood is unique to one stream on the planet, and that is the Apalachicola River in Florida? Can you explain that to the people now?
Well, they could have been growing it and then it went extinct. Did you think about that?
No. You don't get to make up some scenario. You don't get to make up a scenario, okay, brother? Here is the facts of the matter. See, you see how he just tried to make up it could have did this, and
they don't know. But it doesn't.
We need to stick to the facts of the matter, my friend. I'm asking you a very simple question. How did this story happen over in the Middle East when that wood is unique to literally? There's many streams on the planet, many rivers on the planet.
So far as known. Right. So it doesn't say definitely. So you're not actually giving me a proper statement. You're just giving me an estimate. An estimation.
Sure. Okay. Well, you know what? All right, fine. So that's not good enough for you, right? But I'm showing you that it's impossible that this happened in the Middle East.
Well, where does it say that? Where does it say that makes it impossible? Tell me.
I am going to show you. What do you think? This is the only document I have to substantiate what I'm saying? Now I'm going to give you substantiating evidence to support that this did happen here. I'm going to show you that evidence. Now, Noah had children, didn't he? Do you know their names?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Right. You really don't know any of these things, and you don't want to get walked into this place I'm about to walk you into right now.
Bro, you're bad.
But I'll tell you, man.
I'm just here to talk, man. I don't really care.
Oh, now you're here to talk. Just a second ago, you had a whole religion that you was trying to bring to me and trying to colonize me. But okay, let's just chill out. Okay. All right, man. I'm not going to argue with you, man. I'm showing you the facts. I'm showing you the facts of where you people took this stuff and gave yourself an identity. Okay, you can't handle it because it's shattering your identity. I get it. I get that this is shattering your identity and you can't accept it and you're in cognitive dissonance. But would you like to continue?
Continue what?
Speaking.
I'm just saying all it says is so far as known. It doesn't say definitely there couldn't have been.
I said I'm going to provide more documents. Would you like to see more documents? Because it sounds like you're starting to crash out. And that's what I'm saying. I don't need to crash out.
I'm not crashing out. I'm just listening. I just want to see what you're talking about. That's all.
Okay. All right. So let's go. I asked you a question. You're going into these other things. You're starting to like crash out a little bit mentally. But anyway, here we go. Yes. So look. Let's everybody calm down. Okay. I see you like slamming in the house. You start slamming the onion.
Well, I'm trying to get spices out of the jar, bro. What are you talking about?
I got you. I got you. So here we go. Right, you're flustered. I get it. So, but just let me see. So he had children. His sons' names were Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Right.
Okay.
These brothers, right, gave rise to stories like the Hebrew Israelites wandering in the wilderness and things like this, right? Are you familiar with this story? The Hebrew Israelites wandering in the wilderness?
Yeah.
Oh, really? So can you tell the people how long that those people wandered in that wilderness? How long did they say they wandered?
I don't know. I forgot. You told me.
Around. Just throw out a number just off the top of your head.
A few months. I don't know.
40 years, right? 40 years. That's, you don't know your religion at all, do you? Golly. So here we go. They say 40 years, right? Look, he's checking out. You see, this is called the fight or flight response.
I'm not going anywhere, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Oh, all right. You're still here?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to get right back on here. Okay. I know this hurts. I know it does. But you said 40 years they wandered in the wilderness, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a document. And that shows where you stole that from, too. As you can see here, this was written 100 years before the King James Version Bible even comes out. This was in 1517. This is a book called The Yucatan Before and After the Conquest, written by Fray Diego de Lenda Cartagena.
Okay, written before King James Bible, but not written before the Bible, written 1500 years after the Bible.
We're going to get to that in a second. Okay. You just calm down. You just, these stories come before the Bible. These stories are hundreds of thousands of years old. So it's way before any Bibles or anything like that. And I just proved that your Bible stories could not have happened over there. Like,
okay, well, where's it talking about when it says Mount Sinai? Then
I'm going to get into it. You're crashing out. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking a question. Where do you think Mount
Sinai? Put an earth in the chat. This dude's crashing out right now, man.
I'm asking you. I said personally.
I'm talking, and you're like, and I'm in the middle of the thing. I will stop, and then you can go ahead. You can go ahead and ask me any question you would like, and we will get to it. But now you're going into other things, and we'll get to that. We're going to those places. We're going there. We're going there. I'm dealing with, first of all, this story, which you didn't even know the people's names. You had no idea. You were completely flustered. Now you're starting to be argumentative. Are you crashing out, man?
I'm not being, I was just asking you a question. I don't know what you mean.
Okay, and I told you, I said that this is hundreds of thousands of years old, these stories.
No,
just because they were written.
I'm not talking about
that. That's what I'm saying, right? Now you're crashing out, and I'm like trying to get a sentence.
I'm asking you a question, bro. No one's crashing out.
Look, you're asking me a question again. You
did
it again.
Where's Mount Sinai?
Like you're doing right now. You see, he's crashing out, guys.
I'm just asking a question, bro.
You're asking a question in a. This is what you did. You asked
me a question. If you don't have an answer, it's fine, bro. Just say that.
Excuse me. Can I talk without you interrupting me?
Yeah, talk. I'm asking you a question.
Right. I don't need your permission. You need to be quiet. As a grown man, you need to learn how to speak. If you don't know when to talk or be quiet, it make you a fool.
What are you talking about? Go on, talk then. What do you want to say? Go on.
You see? You asked me a question. I went to start answering it, and then you didn't like how I started off, and it was hurting you.
No, you answered the wrong question.
You did what you're doing right now. You started talking again. And then asking another question. And then when I start answering that question, and you didn't like that neither, so cool. You started asking another question.
Cool, like, I'm going to ask the question.
Be quiet because you're crashing out in front of all of these people.
I'm trying to answer a question that you refuse to answer, bro.
I am showing the people this document. You cannot ask a whole nother question.
I'll ask you again. Where's Mount Sinai?
We're dealing with your first question.
Where's the wilderness of Paran?
We're still dealing with your first question, dude.
You're still not answering, bro. It's fine. If you don't want to answer, that's cool.
Just be quiet. Be quiet. Or I'll bring up the next guest. We don't need you to be here because you're crashing out. It's obvious.
If you don't want to answer my question,
be quiet. Just be quiet. As you can see right here, this is a document. This is a book. The land of Calderon, the bishop that Pope Leo X, which is the Orsini family, sent here to burn the history of the world. They didn't send him to Africa to burn the history of the world because Africa don't contain the history of the world. This Orsini family is literally tried to usurp the stories to bring them over to Europe to try to regurgitate them back to this land. Now, when Fray Diego de Landa came here, he started talking to us, the Maya. The Maya's real name is not the Maya, and we'll get into that later.
So
their real name was the Danabas.
Are you a Mayan?
Yes, I am the Maya bloodline. Yes.
Are you sure? Have you got DNA?
It's a fact. It's a fact. We're not going to get into that right now. It's a fact, dude. We're not entertaining none of that trash you have.
Do you have evidence?
Now we're going to understand right now. We're going to keep doing that. You're not going to ask some other questions, buddy. You're not asking some other questions. Keep your mouth shut, Harry. Keep your mouth shut, Harry. No, man, I don't need that. Possibly your middle name. But anyway, here you see right here. This is the stories we were telling you colonizers when you came here. The Indians relate that they came into the Yucatan from the south with many tribes and their chiefs. And they say they come from Chiapas, although the Indians do not know. But the author so conjectures from the many verbal constructions that are the same in Chiapas and in Yucatan, and from the extensive indications of sites that have been abandoned. They say that these tribes wandered 40 years through the wilderness of the Yucatan, having in that time no water except from the rain, meaning the manna from heaven. Now, I want to explain something. Now, you got to explain to the people how this comes from you again. Now, tell everybody how these stories come from you again, you lying, colonizing, ape cave boy. Now, go ahead and tell the people, you caveman.
So notice how you didn't answer any of my questions.
No. Tell him again, Harry, ape cave boy.
Well, you didn't answer any of my questions. So I'm going to answer yours.
Tell him, ape boy.
Answer my questions first.
He knows he's an ape. He knows it. He knows it. No, you go home and sleep on that. Yeah. Now what? Now what? Now what? I don't care, man. I care about having you here, boy. You thought I cared, and that's the thing, man. You see? At the end, I just left you there. I left you there with nothing. No identity, nothing. Just as the cave dude you came out the caves as. Straight up. The wild man. I wrote a whole chapter of my book about you, wild man. I showed you the past, present, and the future. I showed your lineage, where you come from, in my new book, literally. I broke it down through the hieroglyphics with the enhancements in the 4th chapter of my new book. Oh, baby! And that joint is a doozy. A doozy. That thing is a doozy. Got real quiet in here. Didn't. Got real quiet in here. You just found out that you's a full-blown thief. That's all you are. You're just a thief. You're just a thief. You're a run-of-the-mill thief. Y'all know I can only tolerate him for only so long. I had to call him Abe. I had to. I mean, they gotta realize who you are, dude. You didn't come out no damn caves and come bring nothing to us, dude. Okay? You were starting to crash out anyway. You started crashing out. You started crashing. This stuff don't come from no Africa. This is Africa today. This is the capital city of Nairobi. And that is sewage. And those are clothes hanging out to dry in the sewage air. They want to zoom into that puddle. They got vendors right here going to send you some food too. They got some food for you. You want some food? You want some street food? You want some poop street food? That's a road to nowhere right there. That's a road to nowhere. These stories don't come from you. These people obviously had some things going on. You ain't got nothing going on. And Noah's flood is this. This is not Noah's flood. That is a goddamn. Right. They the oldest. They ain't even got a piece of infrastructure. That is the capital city of Kenya. I mean, come on, man. The people that's not living in poop huts are living in those cities like that. This ain't no, man. Listen, you have to dumb yourself down to even be wanting to live like that. This makes your heart sad? I mean, listen, the planet shouldn't be like this. They are low vibrational people, okay? This is not something that isn't a condition that they have thrust up, that they haven't thrust upon themselves. They have thrust this upon themselves. The same thing I was just showing you in those Bible stories, you see, they changed. Look, you see right here, this is the Cain and Abel story. Okay, in those Bible stories, they took these Africans, the Ethiopians, they call them today, but the Cushites, okay, and some of the Greek populate, they call the Greeks, right? They got kicked out of the Americas. A part of the people they call in Creek today, those are the real Greeks. That's the real Greeks, and they had a conflict here because they caught part of their population doing the blood sacrifice. And that we know incarnates hellish beings to the planet per the Emerald Tablet that was found right here in the Americas, Central America. Now, they took these stories and went to all of these other lands and started to, they're very powerful stories. So if you don't want people to war against you, you need to control their minds. Okay. So that's what they did with these Johns. You see what I'm saying? They come in there with their so-called missionaries, holy people, and all of this other stuff. These people are not holy. You see, they're here to conquer you. When you see a missionary, it means they're here to do something to you. Okay. That is not a holy person. Okay. Letting you know that. So this is the story right here. As you can see right here, it talks about Cain and Abel. You see, she bare Cain and said, I got a man from the Lord, right? When Eve bare Cain, she said, I got a man from the Lord. Then she bore Abel, and she ain't say shit. She ain't say a goddamn thing. You might want to go look at the story. She ain't say nothing, right? During the course of time, Abel, the process, the time came to pass. Cain brought fruits and flowers offering like the Atlanteans do. Fruits of the ground, an offering to the sun. That's what this whole thing is. This is sun. Has to do with the cosmos. Period. It was never a dude. That's why whenever you seen Jeebus, he was standing in front of the sun. Sure, it's a tragic story, but we have light being souls that are waiting to come here and help us and actually bring the light cycle and not be sitting in Africa, just sitting there making poop huts and then doing blood sacrifices. When their babies are born in Africa, they do blood sacrifice. When they have weddings, they do blood sacrifice. As you can see right here, Abel then brought the firstlings of his flock, the fat thereof, meaning a blood sacrifice. The fat thereof, meaning he slaughtered that animal. As you can see right here, that is a blood sacrifice. This is the Emerald Tablet, Thoth the Atlantean. Explains the reason for the destruction of Atlantis. Confidential knowledge was imparted to unworthy people, and the latter began using it for evil purposes. They also adopted bloody sacrifices, and this resulted in numerous incarnations of hellish beings among people. As you can see here. You see? So they switched it, and that's how they manifest their destiny through communion. And you see through these files that's coming out on the planet now. You starting to see that these people do it in real life. You see, communion, acting like you're drinking someone's blood, eating their body. That's Babylonian blood magic, and that's what they turned you to. Period. So that's what we're talking about here. That's why I'm dealing with this subject, because I'm giving people the real facts about where this stuff comes from, what they did with it, and why. and why they changed the stories. They used the blood sacrifice to manifest destiny. There's a thing called manifest destiny, and that's what they did. Yella, boy.
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Peace. What's up, buddy?
Was reading or actually listening to the Emerald Tablet the other night, and it just kind of struck me when he was sent back to the land of Kemet, and then I realized the Emerald Tablets was found in Central America. So, is it possible that Kemet is the Americas?
How long have you been here? I've shown that many times. But all of those receipts I just showed you and more are in this. Finally, we got it in the ready to. So it literally just bust their thing in half. So all the receipts and more, I show where, like the whole locations of all the stuff. I show everything. I show the mountain where the boat landed. I break the whole thing down in here. So you guys go get the books, man. That's on Amazon right now. Yeah,
Because
don't
the
play
only
around,
reason,
man.
no, I'm not playing around. The reason why I ask is because at the same time, I see that there's things that the Egyptians talk about.
Well,
That
I mean,
the
you've
oldest of the
seen me
lands are in
translate
the
this,
West.
brother.
I have. No, I have seen you do this. I'm not up here to
So
start
okay. So you tell me what this says. Tell me what this says.
with the hieroglyphs.
What that says right there. Yes, if you see me
I'm sorry.
translate that, you tell me what I say.
Yeah, that's the milk planting system right there. There's corn in
Okay,
this
and
thing.
what does that create?
That creates black soil,
Which is
which is needed to grow in agriculture, which has been shipped around the world from the Americas. What basically has fed the planet.
Which is
Tell me. I've forgotten. Right there to the right.
yeah.
Corn, maize, and squash.
What is this, man?
Maize, corn, squash, beans.
What is it called?
The milk planting
What is this
system.
called? What is this called?
Oh, earth, dirt. I'm sorry, man. It's just I'm off today.
You being here all the time, man. You might be a police officer.
Now you think I'm the popo for real?
Yeah, I do. I do. I've always thought you was the police. I always thought you was the cops. Yeah. I hate those wishy-washy type of people like that. Can't stand that kind of stuff. Don't be wishy-washy all up on me, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, when you being all like woman in the woods, I can't stand that. You being weird. Like, but we see you in here every day, dude. You on every live stream watching me fry these people every day, and then you come up here and like what is that? What is that thing? I don't like that. What is it? What is that? What do you call that? Is there a term for that? What is it? That's like, come on, man. Like, I expect that you probably not learning at the pace that you need to learn and pick this light cycle up. If you asking me that question like that, I don't mind the people, anybody, maybe if you're a new person, put it to if you're new here. Because I don't want people to get the wrong idea that you can't ask that question. Certainly you can. But that guy be in here every day, every single day on every stream. If I'm doing two, he's in here two times. And then, you know what I mean? Yeah, you certainly allowed to act because I'll teach you the stuff, but don't play ignorant like Bull did right there. Oh no, he's done that before, and that kind of like, my spirit don't like you, dude. Yeah, you don't supposed to. I had to block that dude. You ain't allowed to be here anymore, dude. You ain't allowed to come up. Your energy is not proper. You work for them people. Yeah, you do. He does. And then he try to act like, no, you don't. Yeah, you did. Okay. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. We can hear it. You know, we can hear it, dude. These people crazy, man. They think we can't hear their frequency. They really crazy, for real. These people crazy, dude. It's just a weird deal. I appreciate everybody. They try to come up and stop the frequency of what we be doing. That's what it is. He does that. When I'm getting hot and I'm raising the frequency, they'll come in there and do that. You know what I mean? Like, try to stop us from talking about that thing, those things. But this is the mountain. This is the actual mountain that the so-called Noah's boat landed on. This is the mountain of Kahulakan. This is hey, when are you doing this? This is it's Central America. The real name of Noah is Teotepacli or Tespi. And look, this is what they say when you say that, right? I'll be like, yo, you can look up the Aztec legend about Teotepacli or Tespi. And then they'll be like, no, the Aztecs came after the Bible. Like, wait, no, the Aztecs got that story passed down to them from thousands of years that was passed down to them. So it's not like the Aztecs birthed the story. The Aztecs didn't birth that story. They called him Nata. Earlier, his name was Teotepacli. Then they start calling him Tespi. So that shows you the progression of how then it became later on the Aztecs named him Nata. See, you don't because Na means water and Ta means land. The water came over the land. So they're telling you in the story. They just it's the same story. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Come on up here. You said it was a Israelite. I just showed you. There ain't no such thing as an Israelite. Those stories don't come from no Israelite. You don't know what an Israelite is. You don't even know what a Hebrew is. There's no way you can be a Hebrew. So a Hebrew is only a language. And it's not even that old of a language. It's not. It's old, but it's language and all that from in the Americas or none of that. No, absolutely not. And they haven't seen I haven't seen enough stone artifacts to even show what the decipherment of the real Hebrew script is. So you might want to hold fast till I get my hands on it. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Satan is the Saturn energies. There's Saturn shapeshifters right now that gave you that Bible. You don't know what you're talking about. And you are fried and literally primed for damnation. You're primed. They primed you up. No, Saturn, no. See, that's what they got you thinking. Saturn represents the Satan energy, buddy. Saturn is the Satan energy, boss. See, you don't know the hieroglyphics. You don't know what you're talking about. You just talk because you have a hole in your face. It's a fact. That's why they conquered you, because you a slave. You a slave. You don't know what you're talking about. Come up here so I can fry you. then get you out of here, because you're not going to keep talking in our live stream. You don't know what you're saying. You're the old earth, and that's okay, except for the old earth's about to end. Yeah. And then your whole reality is going to crash. So you guys got to leave. Like, you don't realize what's happening. You're a liar and your feet stink. We don't want you around anymore. Block that person, as a matter of fact. And people don't know, you got to go. You're not even allowed to learn this stuff. You're not even really supposed to be talking to me, to be honest with you. You're not supposed to be having no conversation with me. No. It's gonna come a time really soon that you ain't gonna be having no. I ain't talking to none of y'all, man. I don't give a damn. Yeah, you already going through your stuff? Go. Call your Jeeves and see if he helps you. We're gonna be going. We're gonna be already in the city of the sun, doing our thing, having a celebration that you're going. That you got to go through your damn go. So you don't see your whole thing crumbling. Yo, I wonder why Bibi Netanyahu didn't make that press conference this morning. Hey man, good morning, Bibi. Good morning. I wonder why. That ain't like you, man. I wonder. Couldn't imagine why he didn't make that. That's not like you not to make this. Yo, man. Yo, I just rolled up that BB. Let me roll up this. Let me like this BB. Damn. Oh, you stink. I couldn't imagine. See, if one of them rappers came and said that right there, what I just said, they come collect them. You just a little boy that rhymes words together. That's all you are. You ain't no real Atlantean. You can't say what I'm saying. No way. Come get you immediately. Can't come get me. You ain't promised tomorrow. That's your problem. That's your problem. You got a problem. Being promised tomorrow's not one of them for us, because we're a promise tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? And those people ain't. And that's the thing. You got to realize when you're talking to someone that's promised tomorrow and you're not, that's a real thing. You see? And you just don't understand. I'm promised many tomorrows. And that's what I'm trying to say. You ain't promised this next second. You better calm down. I'm letting you know. You better talk to me like you know I'm promised tomorrow and you're not. You trying to get to being promised tomorrow. Because I'm the one that can show you. I'm the one that can actually show you. These other people, they can't show you shit. They ain't never showed you shit in your whole life. Showed you how to be a slave to them. That's it. So you can keep swearing by that if you want. I don't care. They even say it in your own Bible that you're not promised tomorrow. So your own Jeeves wasn't promised his next day. That's crazy. Love to break it to you. No, he wasn't. Wow! Jesus was not a chosen one. I'm going to have to do a poem to that. I'm going to have to do a poem called Jesus was not a chosen one. Just freaking rock your whole body. Because I certainly could do that, John. I could do that, because he wasn't. There's no way, because he passed away. The chosen ones will not pass away. The chosen ones incarnate from the inner earth And then after their cycle is done, they know when the cycle's about to leave. So they make plans to travel back to the inner earth again. They don't pass away. That's why they said that some of those mummies, some of the pharaoh mummies were mummified while they were alive, were wrapped while they was alive, because they left their bodies. You don't know about the culture for real. It shows that you're not deeply rooted in what we're talking about. Shouldn't probably be here. See what I'm saying? Some people ain't gonna be able to get this. You know what I mean? That's not a good thing. You know why? Because if you can't get this is the beginning of the cycle. The sun is here. Our father is back on the planet and connected to the planet. You know, it's different than, it's one thing for the sun to be back on the planet, but when he is connected to her, the babies flourish. The real babies, not you. You know what I mean? Little sand babies. Not you, not your cave babies. Not yet. Not yet. So that's a fact. But it's certain things you still got to do. You got to honor your father and your mother, which is the fruits and flowers, solar offerings, do your milpa planting system offerings. The sun wakes the planet back up. So we always trying to appeal to him, you know? Get your, you know what I mean? So he's the one that helps bring him power, get powerful to get here faster. So we try to get that thing, you know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. BB, you ain't make it? Damn, I thought you was the man, homie. The hell happened to you? What happened? Don't tell me what I said was gonna happen. That couldn't be. Hey man, maybe he was not feeling well John. Maybe he'll make the next. Maybe he'll make the next one. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever knows. Or maybe he's pushing up daisies. Pushing up a daisy, man. You better not have cried. All the stuff you did, you better not have cried. What was it like? Blah! That was is that how you went, Bleeby? Bleeby. Dang. I'd give anything for the time lapse of that genre. Ending. He screamed from his mama at the end. You screamed for your mommy? Man, who would have ever thought? Mama. What is it? Oh my God. Yo. Oh man, he wish he was home in his bed chilling and never did none of these things, you know? Shark ears, homeboy. He's next. You on deck. Sharp ears. What's his name? Rubio. That's why they made your picture. What's crazy about Rubio is, look, they made his picture the same as Homegirl's picture. Y'all both got the same kind of ears. They got damn funny looking ear. You're out of here, buddy. You gotta go. They're gonna come get you. You did it to yourself. Guys, I told you years ago what was gonna happen to you. All y'all got roll, man. I told you. I said if you didn't leave the lands and if you didn't get up off the joint and you still continued this fallacy, corporation bull crap, like you're some leaders and all of that here on my lands, what was going to happen? Told you. You want to keep going? All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just shout out to the donators and the gifters. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody who donates to us. Y'all gotta go get the book because all of this stuff is in that book. That's where we're gonna start reestablishing our stuff on here. If you literally those are references all through the whole book. So literally, you're supposed to be going after these scholars. You're supposed to be going after these scholars, like with that information. You see what I'm saying? Slam that book in front of them and say, look, right there. So man, you need that. You got a lot of answering to do. You got a lot of explaining to do because it shows right here in this book. And if they try to sidestep it, go get the other book and say, oh, wait, boom, there's the other thing right there. What you mean? Here's the other book right here that substantiates. There's no way you can get around that right there. No way. I didn't even touch the colonization of the Americas in the books. You see what I'm saying? I did a little bit, but I didn't, I touched it a little bit. I just didn't do the whole, because most people, when they talking about the colonization of the Americas and all of these different things, because the thing is when you're dealing with the colonization of the Americas, you're dealing with their own words and things that they had to say. Here, I'm showing you through the hieroglyphics. See, those are stories. I'm showing you the truth through the hieroglyphics and the enhancements in them books. You see what I'm saying? So you can't get away from it. You get what I'm saying? So it shows you what part of their stories that they left, because there's only small parts of their stories that was actually proper. You see what I'm saying? The rest of it is all made up bull crap just so they could sit there and have your attention. You know what I mean? Thinking that they're only ones with this information. They don't have no information, really. That ain't the real information. You see? You have to understand. Some people won't understand, and that's okay. It destroys your reality. Some people will get angry with me right now, and then they'll leave, and then in a month they'll come back because the truth is birthed in your head, dude. There's no way getting around that. If you want to heavily scrutinize it or try to debunk it or anything you want to do like that, I wrote a book. I wrote books. I have multiple books. You see what I'm saying? So. It's simple as that. Yes. I would like to try to get this book, my new book, to the bestseller. So that's what I like to do. Accept the bestsellers list. I don't really care about selling, but that just shows that we got a lot of people getting the book. You know what I mean? We care about people having the book. Yes, I wrote 2 books. My first book I wrote 2 years ago. This is my first book. Yeah, it's my first book right here. That's my first book. It's on Amazon. When the Earth Speaks. That right there breaks. It shows we planted the oldest forest on the planet. It talks about the Geechee, how they planted, how they made the Ogeechee River. It talks about the Milpa plant. It talks about all that. How the Sumerians were planting the Milpa planting system, and all of it. It shows all the river systems around the globe. Shows how the rest of the world got our crops from the Americas. Shows how Pangea's not real. Scientifically, I break all that down in this book right here. That's on Amazon too. That's my first book. You see, that's my first book right there. And that is me. I know you see me with a hoodie on all the time. But yes, Earth Speaks can get sharp when they need to. As you can see right there, though. Bam. We can get sharp, man. We can get sharp. Yeah. That book right there is a heater. That's our foundation. You see what I'm saying? That book allowed us to be able to, you can't write the second book without having that book. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this book right here is my new book. This is my new book. It's got writing and tells you about the book here now, though, but that's my new book right there. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. The new Popol Vuh. Popol means people. Vuh means book. Then there's the people book. Tells the history of the world through all the way back to the Giant Age. It talks about Grand Canyon and what they found there. It talks about Shasta, how they found the same exact things there. Shasta County, Caves, all of that kind of stuff. It breaks all that, all of it. Everything. It talks from all the way, and it talks about the giants. I show you the faces of the giants through the hieroglyphics with the enhancements. It's a fire book. The book is fire. The picture like this right here don't even do it no justice, just because it's, once you see it, how they did, how it looks in the book form is so nice. This picture I even took myself. I took this picture myself. I credited the artist because I seen this in I think this was the castle on top of Cholula. I'm pretty it's one of those castles. Yes. Yeah. I took this picture from a painting that was in one of them castles. I just loved the painting. So I was just like, man, that joint is so fire. It depicts the Aztecs. That's the Aztec Hall of the Eagle, because the Aztecs had the Hall of the Jaguar and the Hall of the Eagle. And that's what the Hall of the Eagle warriors look like. They couldn't have, they weren't allowed to have weapons. They were so beastie at fighting, they were not allowed to have weapons. They had to disarm you and then knock you off with your own weapon. And that's what you see them doing here. Took his stick, broke it off, and knocked him off with his own spear. And he got a wound, a little flesh wound right there. But he's certainly out of here. He's possibly could live. You see what I'm saying? He possibly could. So that's what this is. The cover is. You see what I'm saying? So I did the same thing with this joint right here. They're profound covers, like that cover right there. I show you this, right? Because you see that dude, not just because the Olmec head's coming out the ground. Okay, I chose this for a particular reason. This shows, right? It proves a few different things. It shows, you see that dude standing there over top of him, him reaching down to go look at that because he wants to touch it. You see, he wants to be part of, the whole ambiance. So you got to touch the artifact. You got to be pictured with it. You got to, right? So then you can say, I was there when that dug out the ground right there. Look, here I am in the picture, touching it, grabbing it. You know what I mean? Just like the book. You know what I mean? Same like with the book. You got to touch it. You can't just say, oh, I make up a story. Oh, I used to have that book. Now you got to actually get the book. See what I'm saying? But dinosaurs, if dinosaurs was real, you would see them hovercrafting over top of a dinosaur, a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Stegosaurus or a Brontosaurus head coming out the ground the same way. But you can't find me no pictures of them doing this right here with a Brontosaurus head or a Brachiosaurus or a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Triceratops or none of it. Show me, or anything. Because you certainly would be standing there hurrying up, trying to touch that thing, putting your hands all over it like you did. Like you're the one who made the animal. You're the one who made the artifact. You see? So these both of my covers are f- profound in those ways because of those reasons. You see what I'm saying? And not to mention just because, you know, there's things I translated that face right there. Some of it, not the full thing, but that face right there. I know you're like, what? You can translate that? Yeah, I translated that. I also translated this. It shows on the face, it shows a dude like this. It shows one of our scar cousins like this looking at him dig up the artifact. Wow. Right there. It shows he's looking right at him. He's looking right at him, dig up the artifact. That's what this whole side right here is a dude. You see his pants down here. See his pants down here? He got like a space jaunt on right here. Look, and he got his arm. He's leaned up like this, looking at him. It's crazy. You gotta go. Let me see if I got the thing. Let me see if I have that picture. Yeah, I do. Look, you see right here. It's not zoomed in, but look, watch. You can see is the eye. He's smiling right here. You can see it's our sky cousin. Boom. He got his arm like this. You see his arm is like this. He's leaned on the thing looking at him. You can see his body. You can see his pants right here. And you can see his arm right there. You see? He looking right at the dude. That is so fat as fire, isn't it? That is so cool when you see that. You're like, wow, that is very cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He literally looking directly at your face. It's crazy, man. It's so cool how they like, man, it blows your mind that he's looking at his face. He's looking directly at you. They made a thing to make it look directly at you doing it. That's like they knew that we were going to see this picture and I was going to translate that. That's so wild. It's so wild to fathom like what they did with that. That is so cool, man. Yeah, slamming particles together. That's right. Mm-hmm. We you see, that's what their science is starting to realize is that you know, matter don't create reality. You see what I'm saying? We create consciousness creates the reality. You see what I'm saying? That's what we've tapped into. You see, a way higher consciousness than theirs. You see what I'm saying? It's the sun consciousness, literally. So that's why when we looking at these things, we see it's our culture. It's our culture. So we know it right away. We can see it. I can feel the rhythm of the artifact. You see what I'm saying? It speaks to me. You see what I'm saying? Yes, the earth speaks literally, and that's why you see. That's why I put When the Earth Speaks was the title of my book. You see what I'm saying? And he's like, that jaw is crazy. That jaw was like, die. Yo. Yeah. Yes. don't play no games around here. Yes, shout out to everybody, man, who rocks with us in that way, man. I appreciate you. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, all Earth Species needs to peel back, go get something to eat, man. I'm hungry. I need to grab something to munch, man. I didn't really eat that much yesterday. The frequencies was way high. So I wasn't really feeling that hungry at all yesterday. I don't know how y'all was feeling, but I just didn't feel that hungry at all. I munched a little bit, but that was it. I ain't do no meals. We'll sit down and eat type deal. I need to today, though. I've been taking care of myself a little better than I was before my son started coming around a lot more. You know what I mean? Being here. You know what I mean? Now that he hears, I was like, I kind of pay attention to that a little more. Before I was straight, but we already beat these people, so that's why we yes, the Olmec are the so-called Black Americans. Yes, it's a fact. Yes, you didn't know that? Come on. Mm-hmm. That's not real. That's not real. How they get walked, those large statues. That's not. Don't listen to that. None of them have done move. Those things were made where they stand at. So don't. No, don't listen to that. They're primitive, man. We use frequency. Those stones have a frequency, each one of them. Yeah, they have a frequency, and when you can play that, it's an instrument. You can when you play the instrument, when you play that frequency, you can make that move. When you know the frequency of that stone, you don't see everything they do is they work against gravity. You have to understand their consciousness. It's a cave consciousness. It's a cave consciousness. They made gravity a law. So anything they ever think of, they're going to work against gravity. They're not going to use the ether. You see, like a bee does. A bee does not fly like a bird does. A bird goes against gravity. He flies his wings against gravity. That's not what a bee does. A bee uses his wings to make a frequency that coat his body and tote his weight. You see? That's the difference. If you are stuck on this, that means you have never even risen to a civilization ever. You've never came to a civilization. You see? They don't know frequency. They don't understand it. They don't consider it. They make things laws that should not be laws. Gravity is not a law. No, it is not. No, it's the excrement of the ether. That's what it is. Come on up here, buddy. Come on up. Because you're saying things that I don't think you realize you don't. I don't know if you know what you're saying. Let's just have the conversation. I'm willing to have the conversation. All right, now you can leave. Now you can leave. We don't care. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, because you don't know what you're talking about. You see, you're just a primitive mind frame. You can never think past that little cap right there. And see, we were talking past your cap, meaning the roof of your cave. You see what I'm saying? It's still on your brain. So we talk past your stuff, and that's what you people have been trying to keep us under, that mind frame this whole time, because you can't control us once we know way more than you. It's very obvious. No, he don't know enough to ask the right questions. Exactly. And I've told people that for many years now, and a lot of people possibly didn't understand what I meant when I said that stuff. But you understand now. They don't know enough to even ask a proper question. They don't. That's the thing. Like, you're not asking questions that's going to get you somewhere. That shows me that the ancestors ain't rocking with you just by the things that you ask me. You see? That's why I'm like, just by the things that you ask me, I can tell. I can tell. Yeah, the ancestors ain't rocking with you in that way. You just saying, blurting out stuff that don't, oh, they walked them this way. Who made that up? Did you ever see them do it with one of the statues? No, you didn't. Because that's ridiculous to think that they walked them like that. Their whole body's up underneath the ground. You can't comprehend that because you'll just take anybody's story. There's a body to those things. Right. Now you can come up here, Miss Mayfield. Sure, send Miss Mayfield up here. No, Miss Mayfield, you're talking to off the top Amaru Khan, one of our sharpest people we have. You should be quiet. You don't know. You're new. You shouldn't be talking, especially not to him in that way. And you don't know what you're talking about. Don't do it. Matter of fact, you gotta go. We can't even play. We can't play that. You gotta go. I gotta block you. Miss Mayfield, you gotta go. Was she talking to you off the top? Somebody needs to talk to me. She told you to get out. Exactly. That showed that she knew she don't supposed to be here. What? You can't be here. You trying to cause dissension in our John. You gotta go. See, that's why you don't just walk up to any old body and just be saying any old thing. You bumped your head. I'll bring you up here right now. I should have left her in here and brought her up, and then brought off the top up here and not even brought up that argument and just started doing the Atlantean game. She would have got fried. You better chill out. You gotta go. You're not allowed to do that. Shit, I don't even know what the heck. Whoa. You went way past. I don't know. You completely bumped your head. You completely lost your mind. Literally. You told him to hush and everything. That's that. Yo. All right, man. I didn't see. I just seen. I was like, wait. I seen her say. I was like, what? I ain't see all that. What was that about? Come up here. Come up here, Fitz. Or who was that off the top I meant? Come up here real quick. I got that one. I gotta get trees and everything today, man. I gotta go some errands. I gotta go get bud. I'm gonna go get me that new strain that's called BB. I'm gonna go get that BB today. I am on my butt. Let me see who we got right here. Oh, off the top. What happened right there? What was that?
I don't even know. I was talking to Roy because Roy was saying crazy stuff, and she just started.
Roy.
And she decided to defend Roy. I hadn't.
Roy?
I hadn't said Roy was that dude that was just talking, and I was like, "Bro, you're just talking. You need to go ahead and be quiet."
And she defended Roy.
And she defended Roy.
Oh, I see. So Roy was one part of the agency. He was to come in here to try to cause some programming here. And she just outed herself.
Yeah, she did. And I was being nice to her. I was like, just relax. I ain't said nothing to you. Relax.
Oh, and you added him and then she added you.
Yeah. She told me to hush because I told him that he don't know what he's talking about.
And she told you to hush and what?
Told me to hush and get out if I disagree to talk to Earth. And I was like, ma'am, I'm a mod. I don't disagree with Earth saying. You might want to just relax.
She's bugging.
Man, she was bugging hard.
I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah, but she's been in here saying crazy stuff before, but never to a mod. So I just kind of just left her alone.
I never seen her say nothing because I don't know. I don't be watching that.
Yeah, I know. That's what you got us here for.
Damn. So all right. So yeah. All right. She got blocked. She's out of here.
Did it to herself.
I did it to yourself. I don't know what the heck. I don't know where that came from.
Me either, because I've never said nothing to her.
Dang. She's new. She's new.
Yeah. She's been here a couple streams, and she's been in there, and I've never said a word against her.
She's way too new to be telling people to get out. You don't supposed to say that to nobody anyway. Don't tell people that, or just if those people can't understand or whatever, or they're being trolls, then just block them. We don't even need it.
Exactly.
But off the top, that's one of our sharpest. What are you doing? That shows that you ain't supposed to. You doing too much in the stream. You're doing too much up in the stream, and you need to just chill out and learn. Chill out and learn, and just vibe out and comment every once in a while or something, and that's it. But you don't need to be going at people and all that. You know what I mean? Let me handle the people that those people, whatever. And we'll just like that, man. All right, y'all. I gotta get ready to go because I'm getting hungry now. I gotta go. Let's see y'all later. I'll be back on here later though. So watch out. Watch out. I appreciate you off the top.
I appreciate everyone. Peace to the Atlanteans. Peace to the sun. Peace to the earth.
With that, I want to pay divine honors to the universe, divine honors to our Father, the Son, divine honors to our ancestors, divine honors to our beautiful planet, Mother Earth, and our ancestral lands, Tom Mary. We don't need to argue with these people, man. We're too close. You're getting yourself dropped off and all that. You're tripping. we're too close. Just chill. Shout out to everybody, donators. If you did donate, Prince Alex ain't up yet, so I don't have the device that has that stuff on there. But I will shout you out on the next stream, and it will be today. 111 on that. Shout out to the people who did donate. I will possibly be. I might be back up here at 5-ish or 7 or a little bit after 7-ish. We're gonna just try to keep it consistent with the stream today. Barring me not having something coming up and I can't get on here later or something, but I still will shout you out on the next stream either way. All right. So I appreciate everybody. Shout out to everybody going to get the books and all that. I already see that we did get plenty of orders. We're getting plenty of orders. So, I mean, the people already ordered the books, and, we definitely need way more orders than, that's just the beginning of the book. We just want to keep going. We need the people to actually have the information on the planet. People who haven't got the first book, go get that. Yes. Yeah, just go get your books, man. Just learn, teach your children. Now you have the curriculum. You don't have no excuse to be like, oh, no. You see what I'm saying? You have all of the curriculum to teach your children. Right there. I'm going to be making more stuff too. You don't need to teach them really the colonization of the Americas. We don't need to teach them that. Don't. We'll figure how we're going to implement that as they become older and grown adults and things like that. Then we'll show them what the world used to look like with those people. You see what I'm saying? We'll start, because you're always going to be a student and you need to know that. And maybe we'll put that in some for the older people, you know what I mean? Later on in their lives, they'll get to see those types of things. With that, I got to get going, y'all. Peace to the Atlanteans. Peace out. Peace.
That's going to take us to the sky. It's this one. Hold on. Then we get the bleed people. They got the wheat. They the wheat people. You sucking hunter-gatherers ain't create nothing. Y'all already know we got these people. It means what's that word right there? I can't see it all the way. Biche, I think it's Biche or something.
I think it's Bashi, something like that. Bashi.
Yeah, I see it now, Bashi. But that means, hold on. The freaking mean, I can't see it all the way. Biche. Tally tribe.
It's kind of like it's kind of like a deer or a female doe also.
Yep.
Now,
let's get you these people. Lupe, the wolf. You already know what I'm about to do. About to go to the stars. There go the wolf right there. The lupus star is the wolf.
It's all astrology.
You know where the lupus is, right? It's in the southern hemisphere.
So that tribe was living somewhere in the southern hemisphere.
Yep. Okay, see, let's go back to it. The Lupe, the Loop, they are the tribe of Benjamin. They are the tribe of Benjamin.
Facts.
Coming from the southern hemisphere. Hold on, let me show you. I got it in here somewhere. Here we go. So we know Lupus, the wolf, is a mid-southern sky constellation representing a wolf containing the overstars. It is the brightest star, Alpha Lupus. It is in the southern hemisphere. See, with the constellation viewed in the southern hemisphere. This is the tribe of Benjamin.
It's fire. To understand this stuff, you got to understand the basis of the stars. It's hard to understand without the star language.
There you go, right there. See, everything this way is in the southern hemisphere because this is Hydra right here. You got to understand this is Hydra. Right here. Hydra is the longest star in the night sky. It stretches on the border between the northern and the southern hemisphere. All these stars, the owl, the eagle, all these stars is in the northern hemisphere. That's why they up here.
So that's kind of like on the horizon, like on the the equator.
So when they talking about the serpent people, the Naga people, this is what they talking about, people. The Hydra.
Exactly.
Ain't got nothing to do with no evil. Stop listening to XLM Balim telling him y'all ain't turning into no goddamn jaguars. Yeah, that's why they got it. What the freak? Hold on, let me see.
The Jaguar.
That's what makes yeah, man, Arthur.
The Jaguar is a star constellation under the horizon because it's in the underworld, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Now you see it, man, Arthur? Dan tried the serpent played. All of them gonna have the serpent because they all know the ancient knowledge. This ain't got nothing to do with the tribe. This has got to do with the ancient knowledge.
And also to add to what you're saying, Casey, the Danes, the Danes were our people mixed with melanated people from Europe who became the first kings before the Queen of England them took over. The Danes, that's why they call it Danish. That's why the Danes were the people there on the agriculture fields, mixed with our bloodline from that area, who was there before the Queen of England family took over that land and became the king and queen of England and the UK and stuff. That's fire.
There you go, right there. The wolf, the lupus, fighting with I can't see who he fighting with, but y'all, you see when the Greeks got to this, start turning all this stuff into mythology and different stories and stuff because they didn't understand it.
Yeah, they took it as a literal story.
Yeah, they thought it was a literal story. You got to understand where. Hold on, where is that at? Hold on, where is that at? Is it this one? Oh, hold on. It might be one farther. Give me 1 second, y'all, guys. My sheet's playing tricks with me. I'm looking for that one with the. Nope, not that one. Okay, this one. This one. Not this one. That one, y'all. Hold on, I know where it's at now. Don't worry. Y'all forgive me. I'm not fluent as good at this stuff with truth is going through these goddamn receipts. So would it be? Okay, it'd be this one. Is it this one? See, look. This coming from the Danish too. Look at that. Looking just like the Egyptians, huh?
Exactly.
This ain't Egyptians.
So throughout history, they are giving these people of this bloodline different names in different places around the world, and it confused our people, right?
Way too many names. We got 6 different names for the ancient Greeks.
We the Egyptians, we the Indus Valley, we the Sumerians, we the Hindu, we the But all that stuff coming from an ancient tribe name, and it's coming from an ancient teacher of one culture that done this all around the world.
Hold on, we got a hunter-gatherer here. He's talking about you still Africans. You must get your dollar for the day. Every time you dummies say that, y'all get $1 for the day, huh? Tell me why. Hold on. I'm gonna get. See, these people make me so sick and stuff. But look at this. You see this over there in Greek. Let's go over there and hold on. We gonna get him first because we gonna go show him the same piece. Hold on. Oops. Hold on. Y'all see this? Now, he can't answer the question why this right here with the horns, y'all see the horns, y'all see the snake, y'all see the doe, y'all see the ring for, only thing he missing is what's the name, but this represents for agriculture. I mean, for building.
Yep, Z-Rod. It's a I can't think of the name of it. It's the Z-Rod though.
But look at his head wrap. Look at his head wrap. This over there, the tribe of Dan, right? The tribe of Dan, right?
Or the first Irish people also.
Wooden headdress covered with hair copper, the Hopewell Mound, Ohio. The same freaking horns. The same freaking horns as the tribe of Dan got, huh?
Yep,
but this is wooden. Go ahead, Drew.
That's why the Elks wear the horn. They're culturally assimilating ancient, knowledgeable culture. Like the Freemason Elks, they wear the horn. That's where they get that from.
Yep, moose lodge, all that stuff. They said the big old mooses right out there. We got a whole bunch over here.
So these horns started with wood horns, and then they developed into like better headdresses later on in history.
Yeah, but all they do is represent nature.
Yep.
Then hunter-gatherer gathered and turned into the devil and all that bull crap. But this don't do nothing but represent nature. The rejuvenation and the rebirth. It's the same concept over in Egypt. It's the same concept.
Exactly.
I like this. The Ohio wilderness. Both elk and buffalo roamed the Ohio woods prior to the year 1800. These hunter-gatherers came over here eating all the goddamn elk, taking all the horns. Then hold on, let me find this. Boy, let me find this thing, boy, because I got to find this truth. This is so funny. Because these suckers be lying. Watch this. Hold on, it's right here. Shut up. Because they talking about how they ain't got to fast no more. But we know they really talking about they ain't got to starve no more. Hold on. He got us funny. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. If y'all don't shut up, I had to come upstairs. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Dang it. Let me see if I can find it. This is talking about how they going through Ohio. When they first got through Ohio and stuff, it's showing how big the trees was. Talking about they was 40 feet high, 40 feet thick, grapes going up them 40 feet high, spread across other timbers. But I'm looking for this spot where they talk about how when they got there and stuff, and they told themselves it's so beautiful, it's so bountiful there. They ain't got it's so many animals and stuff there. They ain't got to fast no more. But we know really they saying they ain't got to starve no more. But I can't find. I ain't gonna look for it no more. I ain't gonna keep going through it. But it'd be funny to me when I be going through here and reading this stuff, and they talk about, yeah, we ain't gotta fast no more. Y'all wasn't fasting. Y'all was starving. There's a difference between voluntary fasting and starving. They were starving. Look, this is the Lassier Pierres, the people that showed y'all the tribe of what's the name? This is what they was. This is their symbol. Y'all study these names right here of the tribes. Y'all already know Lee Lion. Y'all already know the tribe of Judah. Y'all already know what that is. We ain't got to talk about that. But one of these tribes it means corn. Which one of these means corn, people? It might be those wheat people, because one of those translations goes all the way to the corn. I think it might be the Navarre. Here, let me see if I still got it in here. That's what the Lupin star looks like. That's what the Lupin star looks like in the night sky. Where they got a representation of a wolf at, and you got to ask ancestors. But I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see I can see it. I can see the tail and the feet hound up. You'll see that boy right. Let me see that picture right there. So yeah, I can see it. I guess I can see it. Napatil, yeah. Those are the corn people. Yeah. Napateli is the corn people. Napateli is the corn people, y'all. Yeah, Dublin has mounds, a whole bunch of them. They live on the corn wall over there. Where do you think the corn wall is? Listen, when them Irish get to talking about how they drove all the snakes away off the land, who do you think the snakes are they talking about? Who do you think the snakes that they talking about they ran off the goddamn island? Anybody got any questions or anything? I ain't finna show. I ain't got nothing else. I just want to show y'all the tribe of Dan. Want to let y'all study that stuff. Let you know that we are nature's chosen people. Springtime coming. Make sure y'all get out there and get grounded. Make sure y'all sharing the information. And please stop listening to these crazy people on here that don't know what the freak they talking about.
Hop in the chat. I'm gonna do Q&A, y'all. I'm gonna do Q&A now. So hop in the box or put a comment in the chat. Hop in the box or put a comment in the chat.
Anybody who trying to not attach us to the land is really the enemy. If they're not trying to tell you are organic to this land mass, they have a hidden agenda. Something ain't right about it. Y'all be leery. I don't know where they be getting. Some people that I thought I was following and had respect for, next thing you know, they coming out with some more stuff. Like they took the EBT cards. Now watch out for them $250 a month EBT agents. They get $1 bonus for every time. The Pan-Africans get $1 bonus for every time they say pseudo, and the natives get $1 bonus for every time they say African. That's all they get. You African. How can we reclaim our lands? Shoot, they gonna do that on their own. Once we wake up, once everybody wake up and we get together and our energy back, but people don't understand when they start messing with this 14th Amendment, that's gonna tell the truth. Because the 14th Amendment protects us under the 14th Amendment, because the 14th Amendment was created to distinguish between the slave blood and the real blood. It is a contradiction. It kills themselves when they created it in itself. So when they get to breaking that sucker down this year, when they show y'all, it's gonna wake everybody up. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. See, a lot of our people waiting for the man to tell them. They don't respect it from you. They don't respect it from their own people. They waiting for somebody else to tell them.
Exactly. Y'all hop in the chat. Got any questions? Hop in the guest box and put the question in the chat. See what I got. Chief God Black, you got a question or a comment? See what else we got in there.
I see Mem on that artifact. I see the pillar sign. What's that? What the freak is the name of that one? The two pillars right there. What's that? That's where is my book at?
Hold on,
Yeah, the 14th Amendment. We are protected under the 14th Amendment protects us. It really messes them up. Look up the Negro Act of South Carolina and read through that.
Now I want to show you.
It's gonna tell you that we got
receipt. I want to show y'all this receipt.
Samuel
had on his page, right? One thing I saw that was very interesting about this receipt was the Choctaw Almanac, right? Using astronomical requisites. So they were using this we get the Farmer's Almanac from. It all comes from our ancient culture, right? And as you see Choctaw at the top with the Farmer's Almanac leading to the stars, which come from Shakla, which is agriculture. So it all go together, right? Let me show y'all another receipt I had. And I want to show y'all, I was showing y'all this right here because the smiting of an enemy, right? What we got to understand is in Egyptian teachers, they were talking about they were fighting against people from the east, right? They were fighting against people from the east, but they use symbolism for stars. It really comes from this. Club, X, Orion. Then you get the depiction of the smiting with this, right? So with the Mississippian, you got the axe with the smiting of a head. It's the same thing. It's the same type of teaching. It's just older, right? Culture hero. The Birdman, the agricultural cycle, all of that go along with it. Now you get to the Epic of Gilgamesh, it's the same type of thing, right? Samaria name for the constellation Orion. They say surely Gilgamesh was not a king, but this was instead a Sumerian name for the constellation of Orion. Hunter-gatherers are looking for Gilgamesh in a mound, but Gilgamesh not really a real person. Gilgamesh is a star alignment, right? That's what they trying to act like. I saw the girl Candace, the famous girl that be always talking about on the Epstein file. They were talking about finding Gilgamesh, but Gilgamesh don't really exist. Gilgamesh is a star alignment. Right? Gilgamesh was written as an epic of the heavens, a battle of the constellations. The greatest of all constellations, Orion, was arming himself to do battle with the cosmos, right? So then they say Enki was probably something in the lower hemisphere. It was something in the lower hemisphere, either a meteor or a Sirius or something like that went along with Gilgamesh in the epic of Gilgamesh. So this is an ancient story our people told that just grew bigger and bigger in different cultures. And now we got people looking for Gilgamesh. But Gilgamesh is nothing but a star alignment. Just like Enki and Enlil and Anu and all of that. All of that is mythology of space they made up trying to hide the real identity of the people who created the star alignments and stories that went along with it. It's fire. Varication. You got a question? Yo. You hear me, brother? See, I'll take a couple of questions. James Leonard. Question, comment? William Harvey. Question or comment? Let me see. Kavika. Question or comment?
Oh, we got one.
Yo, how you doing? Hello?
So what you call them is trying to get them to fuck with the 14th Amendment, but if they fuck with that, they about to open up a whole can of worms.
Yeah, exactly.
14th Amendment for us. So they already know they can open up that. There's a whole lot of shit about that. But
yeah.
See, when they created the 14th Amendment, it was created to distinguish between the slave blood.
Niggas speak on it.
So if you go into the Negro Act in South Carolina is going to break it all down for you. I think it's still in the first chapter. So if you even go in there and break it down, it's going to tell you who the Negro is, who the slave is, the ancient descendants of Berbers. Because back then, so then they come up with you got to prove it stuff to them.
666 melanin. 666 melanin. Try to get the rest of the people. American Me, you got a question or a comment? What's up, bro? Yo.
He's moving, lips moving.
Yeah, I don't know if it's messing up or not.
You know TikTok mess, boy. Both of us out here, you know TikTok messing with us.
Tone Low, what up?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So I got a question. So they just took our ancient bedtime stories and made them into mythology in their religion. From our ancient people telling the stories of the stars, sitting around with the people, and just turned them into religion and to mythology. That's basically what y'all saying.
Yeah, the Star
The
Alignment
story,
stories became
yeah,
whole stories, and they wrote it in books and on tablets. And over time, they believed that those people really existed, right?
yeah.
So yes, we were teaching our people star alignments with stories that went along with what they saw in the sky in form of stars.
Okay, so they just transfer that into what they believe is their religion and mythology of today.
Exactly.
This is crazy, man. Y'all boys done taught me so much, man. I see the
Appreciate you,
symbol.
brother.
I see the symbols everywhere now, man. These hunter-gatherers is crazy. I appreciate y'all, man.
No doubt, man. Follow Tone Loc. Follow Tone Loc. That's exactly what's going on, so. Let me see. Book the producer. Question or comment? Yo.
What's going on? What's going on? I didn't have a question, but I just wanted to say I've been following y'all for a minute, and I appreciate the work y'all doing, and everything just
Man,
been
thank you,
connecting
bro.
and aligning up.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, I think this is the best connection like ever in history of our people, man, because a lot of this stuff really go together, but they try to separate it. But it takes extensive research to put it back together, like to put the puzzle back together.
Exactly.
Yep.
Just
Appreciate
keep
you,
doing
bro.
y'all good work, man. I'm supporting. I'm in y'all corner, man.
No doubt. Thank you so much, bro.
Yes, sir.
Right. Y'all follow Book the producer. Follow Book. Cool Fox, what up, brother?
My guy.
Much love.
Much love. Much love.
Yeah, man. They take all of that story and junk it in one and throw it all over the place, and have us to research them all. And truthfully, I guess they just try to destroy them to take over everything.
Yep.
They're like parasites, man. They're like parasite. They're like parasite. They started over there and they come over here and come destroy everything. But the 14th Amendment, that was a good comment as well. But my extensive research on the 14th Amendment is to usurpate the land. So that's what they did that for. Because if you notice, they try to the separation is there, but it's a usurpation. I mean, see, everybody that was on the land have some form of ownership, and they could use it to take anyone that actually. I don't know if you know about probate or something like that. When it comes to probate, the government have rights to probate the family lands and then take it for governmental use. It's a way to go around the Fifth Amendment. When they use probation process, that's a lawful process rather than go ahead and take some of the property. If they can't find a year, they can take it and use it for various things. So the 14th Amendment, if you look at it, the way it's designed, it said all persons born in the United States and not subject to the jurisdiction thereof are considered to be citizens. So that means if you already have a tribal nation or a government, then you're automatically tied to it. So everybody else will become citizen of the United States or subject to that extent. But they can't do it because of Volume 1 of the United States Constitution, Volume 1, Third Congress, Second Session, Chapter 20. That's what we got to use to take our land back and remove ourselves. But the first thing we have to do, we have to create ourselves a constitution. I'm doing some extensive research on that level to make sure I could go ahead and do. So that's why I'm writing now. I'm currently writing legislation to fix that. Once I fix all the legislation we need, we can be able to set ourselves. But we have to start with the Constitution first, and then we start with whatever rights that we want to reserve, such as travel rights, fishing rights, hunting rights, gunning rights, cooperation, and all that stuff. All of these things need charters, and they need stuff like that. But we still need people to keep our mindset, and that's exactly what we have to try to see if we can do to reestablish ourselves, because once we have a government, we are separated from them. But the first thing we need to do is understand what nationhood is. Once we do comprehend that, then we'll be able to set forth. But you guys are 100% right. There's moving stories all over the place and dissect our mindset, so we can't figure it out.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that paperwork you sent to me too for me to check out. Thank you a lot, bro.
Much love, man. I'll send us some more, but give me some time. I'm working on right now. I'm working on some civil code for registry. Once I finish that, I'll send it to you again that you can use that for registry. I just take out a few vehicles out of a state and place them in our civil code registry. So now, once I finish that, maybe one of these days when we do have the time, we can talk and I will tell you how to do it for yourself. And then you go ahead and do that in your area, and then take your people vehicle out of that, and then you can create your own license, registration, and all that stuff. But it's going to take a little work. But you have to get to people on par so they can create also your next. What I'm working on is the insurance policy. Once we can create our own insurance policy, we'll be all right too. We'll have our own little system running.
Gotcha. Y'all follow Cool Fox. Appreciate you, Cool Fox. Thank you so much, brother.
Much love. I'm gonna create a video for y'all to show you our nationhood breakdown and post it one of these days. Just give me some time, because I have a lot of things to write. That's why.
Okay. Cool. All right, y'all. Y'all follow Cool Fox. Any more questions? Thank you, Cool Fox. Y'all follow Cool Fox. He got a lot of information about nations and you know, about, you know, the land and stuff like this. So y'all follow Cool Fox. 7 Money Slick, you got a question or a comment? Yo.
What's going on, champ?
What's up, brother?
My question is like, why all the Muslims like to make it seem that they have all of the knowledge, or like all the Christians or all the Catholics, when it really come from us? And when you tell these people that you're not religious and you're spiritual, they want to get mad at you. So like, why do they do that?
Those people want to be known as the knowledgeable people of ancient history.
Right.
They want to be known as the people who created all the knowledge, made all the structures. They're the most enlightened, but really those people are using our ancient culture after we took it over there to that side of the world where Muslims in the Middle East and Christians and all this stuff come from, right? They are using it as power for gain on the earth, right? See, we used it to teach people how to survive, to teach people how to be spiritual in nature. They use it as a religion to teach people to gain power over state, to gain power over government, to gain power over people's minds. So you can't just say them American people, them Tamari people created this information and then expect them to be looked at in a high regard if they didn't create it, right? So they must culturally assimilate the people and use their knowledge to maintain control over people. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they want to act like they're the most knowledgeable and most smart people in the world, but they're really not. They're just rebuttaling information that come from the ancient culture from here.
Right. Okay. Appreciate you.
That's all they doing.
Yeah, that was my.
So I want to y'all follow bro. See, the thing is, information, knowledge is power, people. At the end of the day, knowledge is power, right? And if you can say you created the greatest knowledge on this planet, people will look up to you. People will follow you. People will support you. People will follow nations and follow presidents and governors and mayors. But the whole time, it's a power thing, right? So they play off the power of the knowledge and use it for their own personal gain. That's what's going on with that. But y'all follow Casey Making. I just wanted to go over a couple of things with Casey and y'all subscribe to Casey YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube. My YouTube is in the chat. And if you missed the lives, you can go back and watch them every day. So I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. I'm in love with you. Y'all follow Casey. Follow Keisha the Hood Princess. And we'll get back to y'all.
Hold on, chat. All right, we keep moving. Good luck, Tiffany.